NBA Straya. How are you going? Hang on, right? You should be. Why is that, Jim? Well, it's Wednesday. Hump Day. Wednesday, March 25, all day. That basically means your week's over. Footy starts again tomorrow. The NBL's not back until the weekend, which is chaos. Anyway, today we've got our all-NBA picks, which is kind of neat. What else have we got? We got our all cool guy NBA picks as well. Who's on your all NBA cool guy first team? We'll talk some playoff P versus PED P versus Pingers P. And we'll wrap up those 4 games from today very briefly for you. Give away some awards, i.e. that's not an iPhone, mate. No, mate. Spud of the night. Bet on Lonzo Ball, Ben Simmons, Bronny James. Quick yeah nahs, which will be the all NBA picks, which is kind of neat. An unpopular opinion of the day, and Outback Takehouse, where we're serving up a flame grilled take. There's a Shane Hill, shoot your shot, line 'em up award, and a pick and preview for all the games tomorrow. There are 12. It is a huge Thursday, so that'll be fun. Righto, anyway, I'm your host, James Clements, here in Larry Armour Studios. Let's get into it. Episode 1369. Nice, of NBA Straya. Let's go!
This is Josh Giddey.
G'day, this is Andrew Gaze.
This is Jack White.
This is Joe Ingles.
This is Dyson Daniels.
This is Chris Anstey.
This is Matthew Delvedova.
This is Shane Hill.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening and watching NBA Straya.
This is NBA Australia. Let's do it.
Watch out for the Shaq attack.
Oh, you better watch out for the weird league pass attack at the end of that Orlando-Cleveland game. That was a weird one. Cleveland! It just went in reverse and then blacked out. I don't know if you're watching a league pass like I was. It was weird. I'm like, I don't know. I think they've got it, but there's like 0.2 of a second left. So what's going to happen here? Anyway, you also better watch out for remorse attack if you playoff P. Let's start there with the daily whip around playoff P or PEDP. I don't know. Pingers P. What else do you want to call him? Anything you want. Paul George. Basically front of the media the first time after getting slapped with his 25-game fine. Now, the weird thing is, there's been headlines out there going, PED suspension. I mean, he failed the drug tests, right? There's nothing actually in there about performance-enhancing drugs. It could have just been, I don't know. I feel like they now look the other way if you're out there punching a million cones. Like, that's fine. But if you're doing rack off the back of a stripper in Philly, like, yeah, you might get caught. I just assume that PEDP, like, he's basically come out and said, my knee was hurt all summer. It made me sad. Mental health. And you're like, yes. A lot of people turn to drugs for the mental health. So this tracks. Like, we can't criticize you. It's a very, very, very easy avenue to walk down. So, look, I hope that playoff PED Pingers P is feeling okay now. He might have just had a big night. Someone slipped him a Mickey and off he went. He's dancing around some blue Mitsubishi. He's cutting a rug like he's buddy Joe Danaher in the front bar of the curtain that one time that I was there in mid-Jan, and then he pinged a calf. What a world. Anyway, he's like, yeah, look, the most difficult thing is when your body isn't where you know it needs to be or where it once was. That leads and bleeds into the mental sides of things, knowing that you're limited. But for me, I feel good. My body is feeling great. Mentally, I know I'm capable of doing what I can do and what I've been able to do on the court for years. All right. Sound pretty remorseful. He's just describing getting old. Playoff P. I groan getting out of bed. Yes, I didn't used to do that in my 20s. Well, I did after a big night, but still. Anyway, speaking of injecting, Ja Morant got a PRP injection in his elbow, so he's done for the season, according to the Grizzlies. He was already done for the season. We all understood that, I think, but that's now official. Now, the sad one, Moses Moody. Kendrick Perkins. I don't know how that dude's got a job. But anyway, he tore a patella tendon in his knee. It looked horrible. It's one of the grossest injuries you'll see. Non-contact. Yeah, so his season is done too. Not great. But the big news outside of PED P today was the National Basketball Players Association, the NBPA, aka the Players Union, coming out and going, hey, what's up with this 65 game rule? And everybody going, well, the 65 game rule that you guys agreed to and has worked fine until apparently just this year. Oh, interesting. So they're angry about that. So they had a whinge about that for the 65 game rule, especially for Cade Cunningham. But Cade shouldn't be punished just because he's played only 61 games of his season and he hasn't hit the 65 game threshold. It's like, well, I mean, yes, if he only does 3/4 of his job, he hasn't done a full job, many would argue. We're going to talk about this again in a second in Yeah Nars. The other whinge they had was about the Bucks shutting down Giannis. They're like, we don't like this and would like to see an investigation. So I think the investigation is the Bucks don't want to win. I've solved the case. Call me Sherlock Jim. Right, let's do some game wraps from today. Sacramento got absolutely obliterated by Charlotte because they're awesome. 134-90. It wasn't even that close. Jim, that's 44 points. Yeah, and it was gross. Absolutely. Charlotte put him on. Kobe White is awesome. He's such a, the perfectly underrated pickup at the trade deadline that everyone kind of went, oh, yeah, they swapped Colin Sexton and Kobe White. It's like, yeah, they got the younger, better version. Right? It's crazy. That was cool. The New Orleans Pelicans, as predicted on this here show yesterday, put up a very, very spirited fight against the New York Knickerbockers of New York City. 121-116, the Pelicans lose it. Despite Jeremiah Fears going off his head, you had a very, very, very good Brunson game down the stretch. 15 points in the fourth quarter. He absolutely carved it up. He and Josh Hart are flying around. OG and Mikal Bridges was good early. It was a really fun game. I keep telling you, this Pelicans team doesn't stink as much as they kind of look like they ought to. Like Derek Queen's out there still causing a little bit of havoc. He's not that great, but he's not bad, you know. Zion is still playing, so that's a good thing. Then we also had, a really crazy, weird Magic Cavs game. That's right, Cleveland. Win it 136-131, mostly because Donnie Mitchell just goes, oh, right, can we stop them scoring once and hit the sixth shot right at the end of this game? He had 42. The Cavs defense, I'm a bit worried. If you're letting Orlando drop 131 on you in regulation, they shot the absolute bejesus out of early on threes, did the Magic Man. They ended up shooting 14 of 39 from downtown. I think they hit their first 7 or 8 straight. It was crazy. Cleveland, for their point, they shot 60% from the floor. Evan Mobley didn't miss. He was 8 of 8. Harden was everywhere, throwing behind the back passes. How sick was that pass? Jeez. Anyway, good win for Cleveland. That's still a disastrous loss for the Magic because I'll get to the playoff race in a second, but jeez. And then the Great Escape, Denver 125 over Phoenix 123. Denver blowing a double-digit lead. This Denver team and their execution late makes me so angry. It's like, you should be better. Stop doing dumb stuff. Basically, it's every school report I ever got. James just needs to apply himself because he seems like he knows what he's doing, but he can't be rooted. That's essentially it, right? It's kind of what Denver are doing. They're just fucking around and then sometimes I'll find out. Basically me. Jim, can you stop fucking around? It's like, I don't know. Seems like more fun just to fuck around, doesn't it? Yeah. Anyway. Crazy game. Jokic basically had a triple-double by the half. Phoenix come roaring back. Booker was fantastic. Grayson Allen was dropping bombs. But it was like, I don't know, Jalen Green, he did some big shots at some weird moments. But it's a huge win for the Nugs because as we'll talk about right now in the playoff race. It keeps them right firmly like at the top of the morass in the 4, 5, 6 in the West, which is just absolutely chaos. So, because they moved to 45 and 28, but we have 3 teams in 4-5-6, tied on 28 losses. That is the 45-28 Nuggets, the 44-28 Wolves, and the 43-28 Houston Rockets. So, what does this mean, Jim? Well, it means that the Nuggets have got 2 wins in hand over the Rockets out of the 6th spot. That's good. The Rockets have to win 2 games that the Nuggets have already done. Right? That's how this works. And all of them are basically just scuffling along at the moment. We have a huge game tomorrow, which actually features Houston and Minnesota. So one of those 2 teams will be tagged with a loss. It's going to be chaos. Can't wait. But 4-5-6 is just getting chaoticer and chaoticer as we go on. And then in the East, we've got this huge morass. 5 through 10. That's how big this morass is. It's like, you know that giant floating patch of garbage? The rubbish pile that's floating around the Pacific somewhere? The squid yammers on about it. He's, Dad, did you know that it's this big? I'm like, that seems like a big problem. And he's like, yeah, but we're trying to fix it. I'm like, you personally? You're 7. So, all right. But there are smart people trying to figure out the great floating garbage patch. The East is essentially the great big floating garbage patch right now because the Raptors are on 31 losses, only 2.5 games out of the 10 seed. That's right. The Raptors are in 5. They're 40-31. The 38-34 Miami Heat are only 2.5 games behind them because you have the Raptors at 40-31. You have the Hawks at 40-32. That's a half game back. You've got the Sixers, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Sixers, a game back there in the 7 spot, 39-33. And then you have 3 teams tied at 38-34. The Orlando Magic, we've lost 6 straight. Orlando Magic, your Charlotte Hornets, who have got the biggest win differential, point differential, like I think the second biggest ever. So when they win, they smash teams. They've won 4 on the trot, 38-34. And your current 10 seed is the Miami Heat at 38-34. So yeah, morass, floating garbage patch. It's crazy. But also the Knicks winning today was a really big one because they did look like they might blow that Pelicans game until Brunson takes over late. Had they have lost that, this is now 7 straight wins for the New York Knickerbockers of New York City. Basically, they're 1 loss behind the Celtics, but they are 1 win ahead of the Celtics. So that means they are both 5 games behind your Detroit basketballing Pistons. And the Knicks have 2 games in hand, right? So they've got 1 more loss, 1 more win. So Boston have to play 2 games, the Knicks don't have to. Gonna get weird, gonna get strange, but they're right there. And I said this on NBA Coffee Run this morning, the video. It's like, yeah, the 2 seed battle is like way more interesting than probably imagined. And off we go. Also, Cleveland essentially salting away the 4 spot now with that win today because, like, they're already way up on the Raptors, but they're basically locked into 4. They probably don't want to get the 3. They're like, this is fine. We'll take on Detroit. Anyway, let's do an NBA Australia Pro Performer of the Night.
That's not a night. That's a night.
I'll tell you what, Jaylen Brunson was clutch AF. That was a really good game. He had 32 and 7. As I said, 15 points on 4 of 5 shooting in the 4th quarter. Awesome game. But Donnie Mitchell was even clutcher. Right? 3-point game. His floater at the very end to give them a 5-point advantage was amazing. He had 42 points on 22 shots. That's his 6th 40-point game of the season. That's unreal. 14-22 from the floor, 3-7 from deep, 11-11 on the free throws. And essentially, like, honorable mention, obviously, got to go to Paolo because he was quite good in that game as well. And, I mean, it's like one of those random games where you see Paolo play and you're like, just do this more. 36, 5, and 6, and was, like, efficient, was awesome, was going toe-to-toe with, like, 2 very good perimeter defenders on the Knickerbockers. He ends up 10 and 19 shooting. Very good. Happy days. He did have 5 turnovers. Bit brutal. You get that on the big jobs. But still, 36. No sneezing matter. So Donnie Mitchell, though. Awesome game. The 42 points. And again, Jokic with the 23, 17, and 17 triple-double. What are we doing here? Yes, in Serbia, they're 23 and 17. That's not so big. You know. Spud of the night.
Spud. Spud of
the night. 2 of 12 for DeJounte Murray. I don't really want to ping the dude, though, because he is coming back from his Achilles injury. 3 of 13 for Malik Monk, though. He should know better. Malik Monk's just got they've got no players left. Like Sacramento are out there going, poor. We've got DeMar and we've got Malik Monk and Maxi Reynaud, Jim's mate. And we've literally got 8 dudes. This is not good. And they got killed. And Malik Monk still only went 3 of 13. It was gross. And nobody shot the magic number today, which is just, I don't know, makes me a little bit sad. I just need that in my life. I think that's about all of the sort of spuds too. There was a couple of other bigger ones, like 3 of 10 for DeMar, 5 of 15 for Spindles Miller, 5 of 13 for Desmond Bain, 6 of 15 for Trem Maffey. But still, there you go. How about old mate, no mates? I didn't mention this one at the top, but it is kind of funny.
Old mate, no mates. Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Yeah, who's got no mates today? That would be Cam Thomas. I mentioned this on yesterday's Quick Hitter show. Cam Thomas, formerly the Brooklyn Nets, LSU product, walking bucket. Also, seemingly walking dickhead because the Nets couldn't fucking stand him, didn't want to keep him around, waived him. The Bucks go, sweet, we'll have a guy who can average 24 points a game. Oh, wait, he's a massive wanker. Peace. Fuck off. The craziest part is poor Cam Thomas has turned out, he bet on himself. And I love a good bet on yourself story. You might remember Dennis Schroeder, Drummond Rondo turning down an absolute Brinks truck full of cash from the Lakers. And yeah, it didn't work out great. Anyway, Cam Thomas turned down 2 years and $30 million. He turned down a 1 year, $9.5 million deal, played on the qualifying offer, got waived, and averaged 10.7 points on the Bucks. And then they waived him. And Doc Rivers got asked about it. He's like, yeah, look, there are things that we don't need to talk about. That's not anybody's business. I.e., they all fucking hated that guy. That is getting waived from 2 different teams when we know that you have a legitimate NBA talent, which is scoring the basketball. You have to be a world-class fuckhead, right? To sort of have and look, if there are mentals going on that I do not know about, I apologize in advance. But it also seems like that guy fucking sucks to be around. So, pour one out for old mate, no mates, Cam Thomas. It's not quite Michael Porter Jr. having the team meeting without him. They went to dinner without him, but getting waived twice by first the bloody Nets and then the Bucks, it's getting we're going on the Mount Rushmore at that point. Pantsing of the night. We had a couple of good ones. The Magic getting got by that Harden behind the back pass was very good because Strus actually hit the shot. But my favourite one was the back and forth blocks on back-to-back possessions. Wendell absolutely demolisher-rated a James Harden drive to the basket. While Reggie Miller's like, hey, watch this kid, he's going step back, and he's driven to the hoop. And you're like, fucking shut up, Reggie Miller, you absolute plow, right? This Wendell swat then comes out of nowhere and just deletes the Harden shot. You're like, whoa! I was not familiar with your jumping game, Wendell Carter Jr. I didn't think you could jump that high. It was awesome. But then the other way, my head went that way, that way. Your man Donnie Mitchell had a sick block the other end. It was awesome. So, yeah, a couple of back-to-back Pansons. Enjoyed that. Finally, better than Lonzo Ball, Ben Simmons and Bronny James.
Lonzo was the best player in high school. He was the best player in college. You think he'll get to the pros and be like, I made it to the pros, now I can be average. We're coming for everybody.
Coming for everybody. Daquan Plowden. Love a bit of Daquan Plowden. Jim, who he play for? Sacramento. That just reminded me of the baby. So he's 3. He's got obviously zero filter when you're 3. He's like, who's the old lady? He's like, what? Who's that old lady? It's like, that's a lady walking down the street, sir. You need to chill the fuck out. Jesus Christ. Who that old lady? It's like, who he play for? Daquan Plowden's part of your Sacramento Kings. Today he had 22 points on 9 of 17 shooting. He played 36 minutes because they had no one else on that team. That was pretty good. 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Good job, Daquan Plowden. But my favorite, though, was Jeremiah Zero Fears. He went into MSG. He's coming off the bench. Absolutely carved it up against the Knicks. Got the Pelicans back into that game and was absolutely flying around, causing all sorts of havoc to the point where they sat him. And you're like, wait a minute, you're not tanking. Shouldn't you be trying to win this game? Put him back in. To the point where your man's Mike Breen and Walt Clive Frazier out there going, why are they sitting him? He's kicking our ass. It was amazing. Fears was fantastic. He only had 21 points, but he shot 9 of 12 and 3 of 5 from deep. It was sick. He absolutely blowtorched him. So yeah, Jeremiah Zero Fears. And these are the kind of things where you look at this rookie class and you see flashes like that from Zero Fears, Derek Queen. Obviously the top 5 in the draft has been fantastic. We'll talk about all rookie teams and stuff next week, I reckon, as we sort of get to the last week. Because this is like the second last, I reckon, all NBA check-in we'll do until the actual season, the final week of the season. Because it's all still up in the air with all the games played stuff, which is crazy. We'll get to that in a sec. But yeah, it's a bit weird. But Fears has been really, really, really bloody good. And this entire rookie crop has been really, 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 really bloody good. Because if you sort of think about, I don't know, the top 5, it's the sort of obvious one, right? You've got Flag, you've got Harper, you've got essentially all these dudes out there. You've got Connie Nips, you've got VJ, just dudes causing havoc. And they've been really, really good. And then you get to the Ace Baileys and you go, ooh, I see a little bit of potential here. This isn't bad. And then you get to the next part of like this Jeremiah Fears. Even Trey Johnson hasn't stunk out loud just yet. You've got Maxi Reyno. You've got Derek Queen. You've got like Jaeger Diamond on the Brooklyn Nets. He gets hurt. They shut him down because they're cowards and they don't want to win. Walter Clayton Jr. hasn't been too bad for Memphis. Like Calamari Boyles. Like there's just so much awesome depth. Ryan Nemhard. Like Carter Bryant's barely played, but he looks terrifying as well. Jace Richardson, solid. So yeah, there's lots of Hugo on bloody Boston. He's carving it up. So yeah, there's a lot of very, very, very good rookies in this class. I've enjoyed it immensely. And yeah, just a nice little reminder that Jeremiah Zero Fears, also good. Right, let's take a quick break, come back with some Nars, which will be the All-NBA teams right after this.
This is Cam Glidden.
This is Anthony Drimmick.
This is Mitch McCarron.
This is Jason Kadee.
This is Darryl McDonald.
Hey guys, this is Hugh Greenwood.
Yo, what's going on? This is Illy.
This is Mark Worthington, or commonly known as Wortho, and you're listening to NBA Australia.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA
and you're
Australia.
listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
Right, let's do some Nars brought to you by you. That's right, you can help support the show. Go check it out. buymeacoffee.com/NBA Australia. You join up, you join the Dead Set Legends Club. You help Jim keep the pirate ship afloat, keep the lights on in here. Pay for the bloody dog's medicine. How is it every time you walk into the vet, it costs me now like $450? Jesus Christ. It's like going to the fucking petrol station. Anyway, topical. I filled up yesterday. I'm like, fuck me, there goes $120 like that. Jesus. And that's just like with the normal petrol in a Subaru. Fuck me. Anyway, you can go support the show. buymeacoffee.com/NBA Australia. You get to get exclusive stuff. I'm going to keep chucking stuff up there as well. We've got the standalone exclusive show coming soon too. So if you've got any other ideas that you want to hear me chatter on about, send them through. Hit us up in the DMs. buymeacoffee.com/NBA Australia. Appreciate your support. Right. We'll start at the very obvious one. Jim, do we need to fix this 65 game rule? Yeah, nah. Fucking no. This weird reactive bullshit, right? The 65-game rule was brought in to avoid load management and sort of to ensure that the superstar players, the star players, were playing the fucking games that they're paid to play. Yes, there have been numerous injuries throughout this season to a bunch of these superstar players. That has happened. It has sucked ass. We get this. But it's worked, right? The weird part is we've lost, I think, this year more stars to injuries than we have ever before for a long time, right? And so whether or not that's some fuckery on behalf of the teams, or if it's just the pace that we're playing at now is, let's say, unsustainable, then we should be fucking looking at from a meta point of view when we bring in 2 new teams. Hopefully, fingers crossed that all fucking actually happens. Jesus Christ, give me back the Sonics. We should be looking at going, right, here's a check for $500 million. Boom. Let's reduce the fucking schedule. Let's try to get this under control. But anyway, I don't think it's too much to ask for someone to do 3/4 of their job, right? Do their job 3/4 of the time, at least, right? It's not even 100%. You don't have to play all 82 fucking games to qualify. It's just 3/4 of them. And for all the fucking sooks who were sooking about fucking load management a couple of years ago to then turn and go, 65 games is too harsh. Cade Cunningham won't make it on the NBA team because he got hurt in the end. Yeah, and I mean, it's fucking shit. That's what happens. Just get rid of it. I don't fucking know, but it's also proven to have worked. The thing that's foremost in my mind all the fucking time with this sort of shit is if I'm going and spending my hard-earned cash in this current fucking environment where no one has any cash because everything costs a fucking arm and a leg, then I want to know that the guys that I'm paying to see are actually going to fucking play. And mostly this has kind of worked in terms of participation and getting those stars on the court. There is fuck all load management comparatively than there has been in years. Yes, when it's people coming off big major injuries, you get it. That makes sense. And I think we all understand that sort of shit. But 65 games to play in a season seems fair. I will also happily take what everyone has agreed upon as this fine backup measure. 2,000 minutes seems like a decent one as well, right? If you just say 2,000 minutes across the season, that also gets you through. Like if you want to say, fuck it, look, over 60 games, 2,000 minutes, you're in contention for all of it, whatever. Fine. But go, oh, I can't believe we're getting this 65 game rule. Yes, it's a slap in the face for the voters for all NBA and all that sort of shit, but you've also made this weird thing where you've tied in contract sort of bonuses and incentives into making all NBA or making all-star, playing X amount of games. And so, yeah, you've fucking put yourself up against this wall all of a sudden. And yeah, you should be able to trust the fucking voters to go, MVP. Oh, he's only played 55 games. I don't think he can win MVP. And if some dumb fuck votes for that fucking player who's only played 55 games for MVP, they should be exercised and just go, what are you fucking doing, you piece of dumb shit? 55 games is enough. See, these are the cyclical arguments that we'll just get from that. Oh, why don't we move it down to 58 games? This guy played 58. Why can't he make it all NBA? Because he hasn't played enough fucking games. I thought this was the rules. So this is what shits me up the wall. Fucking 2,000 minutes, 65 games. Who fucking cares, right? I don't feel like it's too much of an ask to play 3/4 of an NBA season to be thought of for and in consideration for MVP and all NBA and shit. Like 100 players will hit over 2,000 minutes this season pretty easily. I think 46 have already hit it already, right? So you'll have about 100 that hit it out of the 350 in the NBA right now. And yeah, look, 2,000 minutes gets you to, I think it gets you to SGA's totals right now for the season, right? So if you went, SGA's not played another 5 games after today, he can't do all NBA. It's like, all right, but he's played 2,000 minutes, so he's in. It's like, that feels like an okay compromise. I don't know why the NBA can't just tomorrow go, oh yeah, that is a bit fucked. Let's just 2,000 minutes. What do you reckon? And everybody goes, okay, thanks, man. Right. Because if you think about, like, I don't know, Cade Cunningham, across the season, he's played Like, he's obviously played 61 games. Like, that's what everyone sort of like yelled about and had a cry. But he's played 2,095 minutes for the season. It's a big fucking chunk of the season. So, anyway, point being, I don't think it's too much for an ask for people to play 3/4 of a season. Is it? Is it? How many more times is it going to keep coming up? If it happens again next year, I think we might have a problem. But just make it 2,000 minutes. We're all okay. Right. With that said, All-NBA. Jim, do we have like an All-NBA, all-missing out team? Yeah, nah, yeah. Cade Cunningham, Ant-Man, Tyrese Maxey, Giannis, Steph. All-NBA, not going to be considered. You could throw Denny probably in there as well. I don't think he's going to get to the games played mark. But your first team as it stands, my first team, All-NBA right now, 2 weeks to go in the season. We'll finish this off in a couple of weeks once it's all sort of, said and done. It's a bit over 2 weeks we've got left, but we'll sort of get there. Because some of these guys still might not hit that 65-game cutoff, which would be kind of funny because, wow, you think people are upset now. They're going to be even fucking louder and sookier in 2 weeks. Anyway, first team, SGA. Simple. Luka. Obviously pretty simple. Victor Wembanyama. Also very simple. He's only also played 57 games. Same as Jokic after today. Just saying. And because Ant-Man's been knocked out, because Cade has been knocked out, the last spot on the All-NBA team for me comes down to Donnie Mitchell and Cade Cunningham, Donnie Mitchell and Jaylen Brown. And I've had Jaylen Brown, I think, in that first team All-NBA consideration all season. Nothing's changed. Donnie Mitchell's been fucking fantastic. He's also got a substantially better supporting cast around him, I think. So I think Jaylen Brown has done a little bit more with a little bit less. You know what I'm saying? So Jaylen Brown gets my first team All-NBA nod. Is that fair, Jim? Yeah, nah. Yeah, I think it's fucking fair. I think Jaylen Brown, like the weird thing is you got Tony Kornheiser and Mike Wilbon saying that Jaylen Brown's the MVP. Now, this is something I was arguing a few weeks ago that Jaylen Brown, again, has done more with less than anybody else in the NBA, apart from maybe Cade Cunningham. And now Cade's not likely to get to that 65-game mark. I'm not upset about Wilbon and fucking Kornheiser going, Jaylen Brown, MVP. Because, yes, SGA has been really fucking good. Jokic, awesome. Luka, unreal. Wemby, unreal. But seriously, Jaylen Brown and Cade Cunningham, the amount of lifting they've had to do compared to those other players, I'm just saying. We're going to have to argue about valuable again, aren't we? But anyway, we can talk about that in 2 weeks. Second team All-NBA, Jalen Brunson, Donnie Mitchell, Kevin Durant, Kawhi. What do you do, baby? He's played the same. Well, I think he's now played 56 games, so he's 1 game behind Jokic. So, he, Wemby, and Jokic are the 3 big ones where you're like, they're going to make it. If they play all the rest of their games, they will, but yeesh. And my second All-NBA team center, because I've got these kind of like a little bit actual proper teams, Jalen Durant. He's been absolutely awesome this year. And like probably ahead of like everybody else I've got on my third team, which is James Harden. What the hell? He's been really good all season. I don't like it, but he's there. Scotty Barnes. He's been fantastic up there in Toronto. No one's fucking paid any attention because it's Canada, but here we are. He's been absolutely unreal. His best season yet. He actually, I think, bumps out his teammate, Brandon Spindles Ingram. Devin Booker is on this one as well for me. 56 games, 57 now as of today, same as Jokic. He's been super duper solid. The games that they missed, I get it, but his numbers this year have been really, really good. He had a 22 and 8 today. But across the year, he's at 25, 6 and 4. It's pretty bloody good. He's been on a team that's been surprisingly good. I had them pinned for piss all wins this year, but shown me. Then the last two are Jalen Johnson of your Atlanta Hawks, third team All-NBA. Who saw that coming? That's been unreal. He's been fucking fantastic for the Hawks. And Karl Anthony Towns is my third team big man. I can't put him ahead of Durant. I can't. Cat, solid, but Durant has been fucking the physical defensive anchor for like the best team in the East for most of the fucking season. So there you go. What do you reckon? Do you agree with all of those? Yeah, nah. I think outside of that, Chet has probably got a pretty interesting case to make. Desmond Bain, maybe, but he's been a little bit fucking up and down Ingram, I kind of mentioned that earlier. I think Scotty's probably had more of an impact on them winning these games across the breadth of the season. Ingram has been spectacular in some moments that has helped them win some games, and he's been weirdly reliable, which is really good. But Scotty, defensively and offensively, the way he sort of is utilized up there in Canada, he's done a great job. Paolo Banchero, he just had too much of a shit run in the middle of it for my liking. Outside of that, yeah, with all the games being missed, sort of folks out there, the one that I would want to throw in the third team, probably, I reckon if we get another 2 weeks out of him as we get into the, these last 2 weeks, maybe even ahead of Booker or James Harden, is Jamal Murray. He's been absolutely incredible. So he's literally on my list after Cat, and essentially I'm like, Harden has been so good for 2 different teams. His numbers are fucking massive. Scotty Barnes has been unreal for a Canadian team. Jamal Murray, right there, hit some big shots today again. He was awesome down the stretch, massive second half. I think he probably makes my third team All-NBA. So I could just fucking bump him in there now. Let's just do that. I'll just piss Harden off. Fuck him off. Fuck the beard. We'll throw in Jamal instead. But yeah, other than that, with all those people missing, it's sort of, it gets very, very squirrely very, very, very quickly. Like, I don't want really Bam or any other Heat dudes on there. Like, Charlotte, LaMelo, just, I don't know if he's going to get to the games. I don't think he will. Connie Nips, interesting case. Otherwise, it's weirdly thin on the ground. Anyway, LeBron might even have a bit of a case, but I don't think he's going to get to the games played bit either. It's a weird, weird year. I'll tell you that much. I will tell you that much. Anyway, so... Unpopular opinion of the day. How about the coolest guys team? What do you reckon?
Now look at me, please. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
So a little bit different to I'd like to get a beer with these All-NBA team. I'm going to do that in 2 weeks' time. But the cool guy team where it's like, that guy's cool. Ant-Man. He's just, yes, he can't stop rooting, but he seems like a fun hang. To the point when you've got Obama doing a video with him, sitting there in the pool, talking about the presidential library in Chicago, Obama being a Bulls fan and having a Minnesota Timberwolf do the ad, you're like, oh, what, they couldn't book Josh Giddey? Was Trey Jones busy? I don't know, man. Buzelis, he's from Chicago. Anyway, but it's got, man, is just cool as fuck. He's just cool. Just seems like a great hang, cool dude. And here I was like, Wemby is an interesting case, right? Because he's very clearly like, I fucking want to win MVP. But you know who the coolest guy on that team is? It's Stephon Castle. That guy's cool as shit. He's got cool hair, cool swagger, cool game. Stephon Castle is cool as fuck. Number 3, SGA is still pretty fucking cool. Like, he came out looking like Cruella de Vil the other day. That was pretty funny. He's dropping fucking pretty hardcore hot bars about... I've got the answers. I just need to know the questions. You're like, brap. That was pretty good. His teammate, Jared McCain, also seems, but I don't know. Is he that cool? He seems very likable. I think, however, he'd be a pain in the ass to hang around because he's like, hey, Jim, do this dance. I'm like, fuck off, Jared. I don't want to dance. I just want to drink this beer. He's like, no, we're doing a TikTok. I'm like, fucking, this guy sucks. Jokic is always a funny one because I don't think he's cool. He doesn't care about being cool, which is obviously kind of cool. But, yeah, he's not going to make my cool list. Cade Cunningham is cool. That guy is super duper cool. I'm here for the Cade Cunningham cool vibes. He is one cool dude. I very much enjoy him. He is cool as. And the last one in the top 5 All-NBA cool dudes, not Jaylen Brown. He's just a little bit too much of a, screw loose kind of guy. Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart. There's too much like funny, weird argy-bargy between those Villanova dudes, like back and forth. It's kind of funny, but it's like very insular. Tyrese Maxey. Is he too nice as well? Right? I don't know if he's cool enough. He's just like a bright spark. I'm like, he seems cool. Dyson Daniels. Having hung out with him, he is cool as shit. So he comes in at number 5 in my All-NBA Cool Guys team. Last on the Cool Guys team will be Walker Kessler. I don't think that guy is very cool. Dylan Brooks, he wants to be cool. That's not cool. Right? Jokic, not cool at all, which is also kind of cool. Kevin Durant, is he cool? Like the thin-skinned internet shit, just fucking, I don't know, man. It's a bit weird. LeBron seems kind of cool now too. Like we just sort of sit there and talk shit about being dads, but anyway. What else? Let's do a quick eights Outback Takehouse, if I can find the button. That'll be a good one. It's Wednesday at Outback, and you know what that means. Hump Day. That's right, we've gone into the Outback, taken down a couple of feral camels. You whip off the humps. What you do, you just stuff it full of whatever you want. Seriously. Pies. Apple. Couscous. Whatever you want. Like mince. I don't really care. You just chuck it in there. Set it in there. In the oven. 24 hours. Let it all dehydrate. Boom. You've got an incredible, basically a camel calzone. And it's only at Outback, the Hump Day special. Today's Flame Grilled take is, if Charlotte get the 8 seed, they will beat the Detroit Basketball Pistons in the opening round of the NBA playoffs. Only at Outback. I don't know if they will. If Cade doesn't play, they will have a very, very good chance of outscoring the Pistons in 4 out of 7 games. I'm just saying. Right. Australian player watch very quickly. Why is that, Jim? Well, because we only had, I think, one Aussie playing today. And that was Josh Greeny Green. He got out there for 17 minutes as they blew out the Sacramento Kings. He had 6 points. He went 2 of 4 from the floor, all of which were from downtown. He had 1 assist, 1 steal, and 1 turnover. Because Tyrese Proctor did not play coach's decision for Cleveland up against the Magic Men. He was at least listed on the roster, so I don't know if he's gotten over his quad, but that's good, I guess. Right, what about a Shane Hill shoot your shot, light 'em up award?
Throw it down! Are you healed? Are you healed? Praise the Lord, I'm healed.
Praise the Lord, for I'm healed. It is the Shane Hill
Shooters shoot.
Shoot Your Shot, Light 'em Up award.
All right, the Shane Hill shoot your shot, light 'em up award. LaMelo Ball. He's got a fucking cinder block for a brain. He might be as dumb as a bag of fucking spanners. But he is now the second leading 3-point shooter in Charlotte Hornets history already. He has 933s in 293 games. That is 3.2 a game. So he just went past Del Curry, whose number was retired by the Hornets just the other day. Dell had 929 in 701 games, so that's 1.3 a game. They were both trailing Kemba Walker, who hit 1,283 threes in 605 games as a Charlotte Hornet. That's 2.1 per game. That's kind of neat, isn't it? That's a lot of threes. The most amazing stat, however, is just how quickly Con Knippel will end up as the Charlotte Hornets all-time leader in 3-point makes. He already has 247 in 71 games. Jesus. At over 3.5 a game. That's fucking absurd. He might end up with 300 threes in his debut year. That's unbelievable. So yeah, I think he might be if he sticks around, doesn't get hurt, look out. He will be the all-time leader in threes in Hornets history in about, 4 years. Isn't that psycho? I love it. What an awesome stat. He's been unreal all year. Like, for a rookie to lead the NBA in made threes is just unreal. He's still, 9 up on Luka for the year. You've got LaMelo just behind him too. Amazingly enough, Colin Gillespie has made 218. That's just, what are we doing? Anyway, let's do a quick Patty Mills Game Day Baller Game Day Twitter check-in. Patty is out there causing all sorts of havoc, I reckon. I did see the pop-up from Patty. 3 new posts. There we go. Look at him. Black and yellow. Yellow and black. Black and yellow. FIBA basketball. That's pretty good. Hitting some shots in the yellow and black. It's a shame I hate Richmond, but that looks cool for Patty, so I'll pay that. Right. Let's do some game previews. Game previews. Game previews. Thanks, Inadvertent Bane. Not a problem, Jim. How's it all going? Not bad. Still itchy from all the bites. I think I mentioned this on yesterday's show. I definitely said on the footy show last night. I got just obliterated by some sort of bug. I don't know if when I was at pub cricket on Sunday We were getting like basically accosted from the air by flying ants. You'd be standing there like, what the fuck's biting me? Oh shit. And there's like a tiny little flying ant. So I don't know if it just sort of all popped off like a day late. But like all the fucking, looked like I had hives. It was crazy. So yes, I've been an itchy gym the last day and a half. It's fucking sucked. Mostly. Anyway. Okay then, that's too much information. Shush, inadvertent bane. Right, you can find all the picks over at Double. We went 2 of 4 today. Denver didn't cover, which broke your heart. And Cleveland, I mean, the fact that Orlando pushed them today was pretty impressive. But yeah, they couldn't get over the line to cover there for Cleveland. So that hurt. But anyway. And Denver. I'm getting a bit worried about their inability to close out games. Obviously very worried. So yeah, just keep an eye on that. Anyway, 12 games tomorrow for your Thursday. Atlanta-Detroit is an absolute ripper. I don't mind Atlanta's chances in this, but that's what worries me, right? Atlanta, I don't know, coming off that 11-game win streak, they lose to like a half-decent team in Houston. All the rest of their games that they won were kind of against crummy competition. This is a fascinating one because I feel like Detroit at home, that defense will just lock in. They'll be a little bit terrifying. I reckon they might still eke out a win. So my first initial thought was, ooh, Atlanta are a little bit healthier, a little bit better than Detroit. And they're like, yeah, that's the trap. I'm going to go Detroit minus 2.5. Because I feel like Detroit just might squeeze the absolute ever-loving life out of Atlanta here. Or Atlanta could blow them out and we all just go, what the fuck was that tomorrow? But I'm going to take Detroit. I trust them a little bit more. The Lakers are 10.5-point favorites in Indy. They should kill them. The Pacers have got no dudes left. We know that. Zoob's got shut down the other day with a broken rib. So, yeah, we'll take the Lakers minus 10.5. I feel like that's a little bit low, too. Keep an eye on the injury report. Make sure that Luka's playing. Chicago are 6.5-point underdogs in Philly. I'm going to take the Bulls plus 6.5. Philly are horrible. They do get Paul George back. I don't know if that helps a huge amount. I'll take the 6.5 points, thanks, from the Bulls, who have been playing tough. Like, they shouldn't be. They should be tanking, but you try telling the Bulls anything. Idiots. OKC Boston is an absolute barn burner. Number 1 team in the West versus the number 2 team for the moment in the East. Whoo, boy. Could be a finals preview. What do you reckon? I'm going to take the Thunder minus 2.5. They've got J-Dub back. Boston obviously has Tatum back. Boston at home, very solid. I think OKC just might have a couple too many horses now that they've got J-Dub back as well with Chet and SGA, McCain and co causing all sorts of havoc. I'm going to go the Thunder minus 2.5. Miami at Cleveland. The Cavs on a back-to-back. I'm going to take the Heat to snap their sort of run of not looking very good. Plus 2.5 for the Heat. They've hit this weird sort of speed hump where Spo's bringing Norm Powell off the bench, and it doesn't seem like that's working very well. So caution, but it feels like Cleveland on a back-to-back, Miami in desperate need of a win. It feels like the most Miami of spots, right? Doesn't it? I think it does. I'm going to go Miami plus 2.5. San Antonio will kill Memphis minus 16.5. You couldn't make that any high. 23.5. I'd still be all over it. Washington, Utah. This is a massive tank-off game, this one. Washington do not want to win, nor do Utah. So what do? Well, we probably don't look at this one, but anyway, Washington is 16-55. They are 1 loss below, I guess, the Pacers. The Jazz are 21-51. They can't, if they win, they're still behind the Mavs. I'm going to take Utah minus 4.5. I reckon they'll just keep playing the dudes. Ace Bailey might have 50. So that'll be a fun game. Houston, Minnesota. This is the other massive one tomorrow, right? Houston, Minnesota is your 5 and 6 seeds right now in the West. No Ant-Man for Minnesota. I'm going to take Houston, but we know that Jaden McDaniels, Rudy Gobert, this Minnesota team can probably make Kevin Durant's life a bit of a pain in the ass. LP Şengün up against Gobert. Don't know about this. But I think Minnesota have just left me so cold the last little bit. Like the way that Randall got benched the other day. I'm going to take the Rockets minus 1.5. I'm not going to like it because I want to trust Minnesota more than I do. But here we are. I'll go the Rockets minus 1.5 just because I think between Amen, Durant, Şengün, they've still got all of their dudes for the most part, right? So I'm going to go the Rocks. Dallas at Denver. So the Nugs, having played today in Phoenix, go home. They host a Dallas team that's 14.5-point underdogs. I'm going to take the Mavs. They're not going to win, but maybe they keep this close. Denver, just so frustrating. I just can't take them with a huge, big number like that. So Brooklyn, Golden State. Brooklyn have already ruled out a bunch of their dudes, so I'm going to go Golden State minus 11.5 here. Just because they're going to have functional NBA players. Brooklyn, there's maybe 1 or 2 on that team. Portland up against Milwaukee. It's Algonquin for the good land. It won't be tomorrow because Portland are going to kill them. Minus 12.5. And Toronto at the Clippers. Another really interesting one, right? The Raptors don't beat good teams. We've been through that. Do the Clippers qualify as a good team, Jim? Well, they're 36-36, so they're 500. I think they qualify as a good team. I think the Clippers win, but a really close one. I'm going to take Toronto plus 4.5. I think their size, maybe they can actually keep this one close. So let's go the Raptors. That'd be good. What do you think? Yeah, I reckon. All right, there you go. That's it for today. Keep an eye over at Dabble for all the picks, etc. It's all there. Links in our show description, social bios, etc. But that's it. Go check out, obviously, all of our stuff over on the socials. NBA Coffee Run every morning with just a quick check-in with your mate Jim. It's always fun. Twitter, Facey, IG, TikTok, YouTube, it's all there. Get around Footy Unfilterated as well. Myself and Jez each week talking AFL footy. It's a really fun show. I've enjoyed it immensely. I just like talking footy. I've missed it. And I have thoughts. I have many thoughts. That's why I do many shows where I just get to expunge them. So go check that out as well. YouTube, your podcast apps, everywhere. Check it out. Check it out on the socials. Tell us what you want to hear from a footy show because this is kind of the thing. I always just try to make the show I want to listen to. Right? And I think, especially with NFL Australia and with Footy Unfilterated, the sort of cyclical weekly nature of it, you can still go back and talk about some of those games and what you sort of took from them. And I feel like, Footy Unfilterated, we're still just sort of, fashioning it and molding it and sort of see how it goes. So let us know what you reckon. That'd be really good to know. I'd appreciate it. Any feedback is good feedback. NFL Australia as well. Jim does Supercoach. Absolute AFL Supercoach chaos this week. All the hammies being pinged. What else? We've got the NBA Supercoach this week as well. I'm spewing. I can't wait to talk about this next week, but again, probably another week of disaster. So not great. But anyway, go check out Jim Does Supercoach. The AFL Supercoach show will go out tomorrow. So rate, review, star, subscribe across all the shows on your podcast app, on YouTube, all that sort of stuff. Jump in the DMs, jump in the YouTube comments, say good day. Send us through whatever comments you want. Big thanks always go to From Oslo for the intro and outro song. Go check out House Hats, Joshua De Laurentiis, Fascinator, Gold Mines, Ramshackle Army, Iowa, Sextra, Green, and Dozers. They're behind all the tunes you hear throughout the show. Smash them all on your music streaming platform of choice. And that's it. We're going to close out with a quick Dally review. And he's going to review the new movie, GOAT. Because of course he is. All right. This is NBA Straya saying, we'll catch you tomorrow, you dickheads. 12 games. That's insane, isn't it? All right. Look after yourselves, would you? And later, hosen. Oi, how the fuck are you? Your old mate Dally over here just hanging out because, look, I don't know, man, these NBL finals, they're fucking taking forever and shit, eh? Like, we played the first game, the other day. We kicked the ever-loving fuck out of the Sixers, and now we're going to turn around and, fucking wait forever. So, I got nothing to do, man. Just the fucking next game, not till a fucking Friday, dog. What are we doing, mate? Anyway, so, just, fanging around, hanging out. I took the squid. We went and saw that movie, GOAT. It's about a goat who plays basketball. And yeah, I did see a lot of similarities to one of the greats out there as well. I was like, wow, this reminds me so much of me. But it's not called the Maryborough Goat. What's going on here? This is a bit fucked. And then I waited to the end and I saw that it was half written based on Steph Curry. I'm like, fucking what? Where was the Delhi character that fucking locked him down for an entire final series? This is fucking bullshit, mate. So, yeah, it really coloured my vibes in the entire fucking experience, didn't it? Bit fucked, but anyway, still pretty fun one. The squid had a great time. I enjoyed the basketballing, what do they call it, raw ball. That was pretty fun. They had the Dylan Brooks motherfucker. They had, the LeBron James character that was voiced weirdly by, Dwayne Wade's wife, but whatever. There was lots going on, so I pretty much enjoyed it, apart from the fact that somehow I got fucking left out of it, which I think is absolute fucking bullshit. Still, gets 24 out of 10 Dally ones for me because it was a basketball movie and that's what I'm here for. So, there you go. That's been our Dally pop culture review for you this week. We'll catch you next time. Later, fuckos. Dally out.